Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're new and hook your boy up with a like if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
This is not good news for Cris. Cyborg, win or lose, whether you're right or wrong, just a simple headline, just a simple incident like this, and you're guilty in the court of public opinion. I'm telling you right now, this is what happened. So supposedly a guy named Lane Kidd, I believe he works for Sherdog, he reported on Twitter, seems someone called the cops on the USADA agent sent to get Cris Cyborg's anti-doping sample to try and prevent them from taking it for testing, ... Ooh, that's really weird. That's really weird. There's been a couple times where fighters have tried to avoid the USADA agents and it's never ended up good. But one thing I will say is, I mean, the couple examples I can think of off the top of my head, John Jones, you know, there's the rumor going around, we've heard it from multiple fighters that say a USADA agent came to get John Jones's doping sample and John Jones hid under a ring or under the octagon for hours waiting on the USADA agent to leave, and it actually worked that time because it was just a rumor from then on out. The USADA agent didn't stay overnight, John Jones didn't get tested that day, and nothing came of it. But in situations like Wanderlei Silva, where it was reported the USADA agent came to his sample, and he like took off out the back door, and he got banned for life or some crazy shit. They didn't just say, oh, we'll just treat it as if he's guilty. They banned him for life, which was ridiculous. But it's going on with Cris Cyborg, and she's saying she went ahead and coughed up the sample, but there was a little bit of hassle to it. So who knows, yo, if Cris Cyborg pops dirty in like the next month or so, it'll be from this incident, because Cris Cyborg responded to Lane Kidd on Twitter, which actually gives more, you know, because at first I was like, okay, who is this Lane Kidd guy? And you know, he doesn't have a damn check mark on Twitter, so I didn't know who he was. I didn't know if it was verified. It could just be anybody saying that. So I clicked on him and it said like Sherdog in his profile. Then the actual same story got posted to Sherdog. So I believe this guy Lane Kidd does work for Sherdog, so it is pretty reputable. And Cris Cyborg responded to his tweet specifically. This is what Cris Cyborg had to say in response to him saying that, you know, the US agent got the cops called on him. She said, I gave my sample without hesitation. I have no failed whereabouts in the past 12 months and wanted to maintain that despite the incident. So she's saying she gave up the sample without hesitation. So I'm wondering why the cops get called on the USADA agent. If he just came to say, hey everybody, I'm just here to get Cris Cyborg's, you know, sample, why would the police get called on him? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that unless I don't see a USADA agent showing up like, give me that motherfucking sample and I'm out of here. I don't see a USADA agent showing up being disrespectful. So unless you're really like trying to hide something, I don't really understand wanting smoke with the USADA agent. Why would you ever have to call the police on a USADA agent? I mean, I could just be ignorant here and not know that USADA agents are disrespectful, but I don't think, I'm pretty sure, I'm under the impression they're professional. So and Cris Cyborg kind of admitted to it because she said despite that incident, which means there was an incident. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. A lot of people call Cris Cyborg a cheater already, even though she's only popped dirty once in the past. I mean, she's popped dirty twice, but one of them she had a therapeutic exemption, so it wasn't actual cheating. She's only been caught cheating one time in her career. She was the first athlete to compete in the UFC after being tested for 12 months by USADA. So I mean, I don't know. With Cris Cyborg, I personally, just her only being popped once, I don't consider her a cheater to this day. She's been in USADA in the UFC, and some people fault me and they, oh, you're stupid thinking USADA's perfect. I don't think it's perfect. I just think they do the best job out of anybody I've ever heard of that does fucking steroid tests and shit like this, because they're taking out some of the UFC's biggest, best stars. If they're not doing their job, I don't know who is. Why would the UFC want them to flag Brock Lesnar and Junior Dos Santos and John Jones? So to me, USADA's doing a good job, and the fact that Cris Cyborg hasn't really got caught by USADA since she's been in the UFC, I'm not going to sit here and be the guy that calls her a cheater, say she's cheating. Some people come and say, oh, when she cheated in the past, it permanently changed her bone structure. Now she's just a bigger woman, and what the fuck ever, man. I'm just not buying that, but I'm not a steroid expert. So this is interesting, though. This right here, the fact that they called the cops on the USADA agent. I mean, somebody else said, Thai anti-doping conducted test on behalf of USADA, generally seen several of the Tiger guys tested at DCAT. Cyborg said they were not tied. There were other differences with how the sample was collected that were not normal procedure. So she's saying that there was the way the sample collected was not normal procedure. So she wanted to, I guess she's saying that that's why there was an incident, because they weren't taking the normal procedure. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm gonna leave that for you guys in the comments. I don't know what the normal procedure is for how they take it. I mean, I know normally you take your dick out and you piss in a cup, and then you piss in the other cup, which is the B sample. But I don't know how they do it for Cyborg or for girls. So it is what it is. Let the haters know what the fuck you talking about in the comments before I get in trouble. I'm out.